My name is Chukwukachi Zoroma Febu. I'm from Umudurama in Imo State. I'm a blogger and a security analyst. I'm not necessarily against Ebuka Obi. I'm against anyone that is deceiving the people under the guise of religion, be it a Christian, Muslim, or a traditionalist like me, because in every of all these, whether they say they are practicing spirituality or religion, you still have the people that are using it to fool the people, playing on the ignorance of the masses. And in the case of Ebuka Obi, the guy you just mentioned, you know, there are so many things. Where do I even start? So many fake miracles that like they are basically fake. When someone will tell you that he can touch a key, a padlock, it will open. Now people are using padlock to tie people's destinies. Who is still believing that thing in 2025? This is the technological age we are in now. Electronic age itself, if we must tell ourselves the truth. But the people will still keep using this cake or this mundane anachronistic beliefs to fool the people. And if you notice, it has created this culture of laziness amongst our youth. And the enmity they are bringing, for instance, again, another instance was when he told one girl that her vitiligo was as a result of the witchcraft from her mother-in-law. And this happens to be a popular woman in Onitsha and Umuchu. At the end of the day, the children stopped talking with her, speaking with their mother, that she's a witch. And he's not the only person doing it. There are so many of all these people. Not just Ebuka Obi. I'm letting not seem as if I'm targeting just him. If you check all my platforms, I've been calling out all manners of people. All these people that have been doing this for long. And you know, it has pretty much become a culture in Nigeria. And when you start exposing it, they say you're attacking him. What do they mean by attack? It's not an attack. I'm just stating the obvious. So it's not as if it's peculiar to him. It's just the whole of them, including the native doctors, like I said. Okay. I received a message, text message, from one police officer from here in Abuja. I think it's zone 13, AIG headquarters, to come and answer that there is a petition written against me. They didn't say who. You know, that was 19th of March, I believe. But it was written on the 18th of March, 2024. So I went, they told me to come on a Friday, knowing how some of all these policemen operate, especially when it seems as if they've been compromised by these people. You can make the case that they are compromised, judging by what later happened. That I should visit. I visited them 2 days before time. Then they started asking me questions, asking me if I knew Ebuka Obi, how I knew him. They gave me question against some questions against the advice of the two lawyers present there. I answered them. The IPO, the OC, all of them. Then one of them came and told me that this is not necessary, that I need to settle with these people. You know, their normal way of doing things. Then the one that later became the prosecutor in the case came and asked me if I want to speak with him. Because I said, why will I speak with him? Then they took me to the OC. The OC tried his best. I told him that he said that they don't want to waste anybody's time. I told them, you've wasted my time by inviting me here in the first place. What's the meaning of all this? This is not a petition. There is nothing in here. Then they brought, I saw one girl. That girl used to work with the Peter Obi campaign. I laughed. I said, oh, they brought this one too. Then they brought videos and asked me who said this. And those are my videos, but they've deceptively edited them to make it look as if I was saying something. I told them to take it to court if they actually believe this is true. Just there and then, my friends that came to see me at the police officer, they told them to go, that they will release me. Next thing you know, they just seized all of my properties. They did not let me call my family, call anybody. They just pushed me into the cell after telling the lawyers to go. And I later found out that some of my friends came to look for me. They told them that they've allowed me to go. The next day, in the morning, they took me to court, this magistrate court at Wuse, zone, I think it's zone 2, very close to the police station. Zone 2 or zone 6, I don't know what they call it, but it's the chief magistrate court where Chief Magistrate Iyana sits. But we did not go to his court room that day. They took me into one dusty room, and when you look at it, at the room, you look around, you find out that it's too dusty to have been, for that place to have been occupied even in the last 1 week. The dust was too much. I was asking them what they brought me here for. Where is the magistrate that they brought? And you said it's a cybercrime issue. Why not go to the Federal High Court? Because it's under the jurisdiction of the Federal High Court. They didn't. Next thing, around past 4, one Saudana that works at the Kefi Old Prison brought a remand order that I will be remanded in P for 2 without seeing a lawyer, without seeing a judge or a magistrate. And that was how everything started. We started going to court, and thankfully, Barrister Deji Adeyanju and his firm stepped in. By then, I've called my brother Omoyele Sowore, told him what was happening. And this now happens to be the next day, because the full day did not allow me contact anyone. It was when we were on our way to the Kefi prison. That was the first time they ever allowed me to use my phone. I told him this is what's going on. Then we started. The chief magistrate, Yana, the same guy they used for the Abraham Daniel case, you know, this Daniel Eneche, Pastor Paul Eneche, the case. It's the same guy, so you may have to ask why he's always him. At the end of the day, the man was playing up and down. Some days he will not come. The other time we came for hearing, a small noise outside, he left the court that he is feeling threatened. You know, everything was becoming too obvious. After 4 weeks, he struck out the case for lack of jurisdiction and refused to issue a release order. The same day, they went to another court within the same compound and brought another remand order from one Chioma Amawachi, and we went to her page, saw that she was following an IPO platform. Then everything began to be clear. She is still there at the Use court, Chioma from Afikpo, and she can't deny that's her Facebook page. When she graduated law school, everything was there. She celebrated it on the page, and I'm sure she didn't know we have all these files. If she likes, she can go delete them. We can use the Wayback Machine and bring anything back. And in our case, on one court date, she did not come. She said she didn't have fuel. According to what the people that went to court, the news the people that went to court brought, I didn't go. After another 4 weeks, she discharged the case, struck it out again for lack of jurisdiction. But by then, Barrister Deji has filed a fundamental human rights case at the Federal High Court. We were given May 26th for the case to come up. But before then, brother to Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Obiora Ejiofor, Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Ejiofor, his own brother Obiora, now went to Lagos and initiated another legal process under Justice Aluko. And they gave him, imagine we applied, we were given 26th of May. They applied, I think it was 9th May, and they got 10th or 8th and got 9th. By the time they came to the Kefi prison to take me, and everything under the law has elapsed. The in charge there was not around. It was the 2IC that later signed the document, then disappeared. They took me before we got to the airport. The last flight to Lagos has left. They took me to one police station very close to the airport and left him in handcuff in the cell, told those people not to release the handcuff, that I'm a dangerous criminal. I was in handcuff. The person that did that thing, his name is Ejele Speaks, another Igbo man, was the one they used. Then we went to Lagos. On getting to Lagos, it was rainy that day. The court did not sit. They had to take me to the Zone 2 police station. Then got a remand this thing from the court. They said they should be remanded with the police. They kept me at Zone 2. After 1 week plus, we went to court, and that was how I was remanded at the Ikoyi prison. We went to we started going to court, and thankfully, Chief Femi Falana and his wife, Chief Mrs. Femi Falana, both senior advocates of Nigeria, they represented me pro bono. I didn't have to pay a dime, and my brother Omoyele Sowore was there. We went to the court. We applied for bail. They gave us another date for bail hearing. We went for the bail hearing. They gave us a very stringent bail condition, 50 million naira bail sum. Level 14 civil servants, landed property on a case that they've wasted 56 to 58 days on, plus the police detention. I didn't say anything. We started the act of perfecting the bail. While trying to perfect the bail, from nowhere I fell ill. Both of my kidneys failed. And before then, Ebuka himself was on air saying that he will have organ damage, not me. Then how he happened to know that thing, I don't know. I have no idea. Seriously, he has to answer some questions in a very sane society. They need to investigate that, because prior to that moment, I was in the hospital. I still have my medical records then. I did all manner of tests. They tested everything. I was perfectly okay. But all of a sudden, they said 2 of my kidneys failed. But kidneys don't fail that way. Kidneys don't fail that way. So whatever happened, I'm still trying to ascertain how we got to that. Then I had to leave the bail issue, started taking care of myself. And while I was there at the hospital, after 1 month plus, we started the bail issue, finished it in August 2024. The same day I was supposed to go, they brought another production warrant, and that is from Oka. They opened another case, May, either 6th or 5th, while I was already in Lagos. And before that, their broadcasters have been on social media saying that they will bring their father to Oka and kill him there. Of course, I know that since it has involved the IPOB people, they are certainly going to use their ESN criminals. That was when I started making certain calls. And Chief Femi Falana did everything he could. The former Attorney General of the Federation did not act on it. And we later heard from certain quarters that they were telling people at the presidency, everywhere, that I was a human trafficker, I was an IPO member, and all those things happened to be the same lies Nnamdi Kanu sold to the people when I started exposing his IPOB as a fraudulent business, of which it is. Registered as a private business and fooling the people with it. The same thing. Mind you, the prosecutor, Omoyele Sowore, is brother to Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer. And all those politicians that are working there are the same names I was hearing here. At the end of the day, they tried everything. I even heard they called the interior minister to force the in charge to take me to Oka, which never materialized. At the end of the day, the new Attorney General of the Federation was so gracious enough to listen to us. We wrote, the DPP took over the case from the police. The DPP took over the case from the police, I think it was October, towards the end of October 2024. The police did not hand over the files until towards the end of January 2025. So what's their interest? And it happens to be the Anambra State Police Command, where I have pending issues with some of the policemen there. And I can tell you categorically clear, most that place is a cesspit. It's been infiltrated. They need to clear out the entire Anambra State Police Command. I know people that are my enemies over there, especially after I exposed their oil, the oil.
I'll come to that.
Illegal oil. 1 minute. Illegal oil. They are drilling. So there is more than one reason for them to want me in Oka.
Right.
Thankfully, at the end of the day, we were able to bring the case to Lagos, and my bail under the first court sufficed for the second one. That was how I was freed, contrary to all the bullshit they are selling to people online. Man, I got to see things. I got to see things there, and honestly, people may think I'm joking when I say this. I have no regrets. I knew that time, and I still know now, that my cause is right. My mission justified. I didn't face anything with fear. I did everything I could to enjoy the moment. In fact, at some point in Ikoyi, the yard chief, Oga Ibikunle, was even forcing me. Ijele, come and leave this place. I said, no, na home you, na open gate, na go dey go. The yard master, Kafaru, all of them. It wasn't as bad as people think. You look at me. When I came out, most people couldn't even believe that I was in prison, let alone battling kidney disease. But here we are today. That's grace.
How was your health deteriorated in prison?
I just told you, I all of a sudden, I started coughing blood. I started coughing out blood. Again, Ebuka was on air saying that his father will have such a thing. That it will happen. Now, how in the world did he know? When I myself didn't. My medical records are saying something differently. I'm happy I went to the hospital like 2 months before the event, or even 1 month before, less than 2 months. All the results are there. So what changed within a space of a few months from February 2024 and in June 2024, both of your kidneys are failing? Where does that happen? How possible? Like, what's the likelihood? What are the odds?
Okay, sir. In all of this, do you have any regrets?
Never. Not one bit. Why I don't regret anything. I could have stopped this at the police station. The police tried to get me to settle with them. I refused. They tried it in the prison. I refused, including the prison word that they were using. It's at the Kefi prison, of which I'm going to petition his organization. He will answer what he meant by that his father will die in this detention. And he said it here in Abuja. Then I went to Lagos. This thing happened. I don't need to be a genius to add 1 to 1. We like so many things went under the carpets, but regret is the last thing that crossed my mind. Of course, I missed my children, I missed my family, I missed my friends, I missed the good time I used to have with my friends. There are people that use my page as a place of hope, especially those from the southeast, given how these politicians and their cohorts in cassocks and pastoral guards, given how they've destroyed the place, we happen to be the only people providing succor for our people. So all those things are things you miss, but not to the level of regret. I have no regrets, because my mission was to force these people to come and perform that miracle. Either prove that they have that power or they don't, which is where we are now. The case has not even gone to trial. The trial is supposed to begin on the 23rd of July. And their first prosecutor has been fired by the police. Go to the police Twitter handle, December 4, 2024. Go and see it there. AGK Peter, you see him there with the rest of the other criminals. I think I recognize one of them, but the other ones, I'm going to ascertain if they are still there, because I'm not going to sue the Nigeria police. Neither am I going to sue the federal government. No. I'm going to make sure those people that their hands are in it suffer the consequences, because the taxpayers don't need to bear the burden of their actions. Never. They should take responsibility for their actions. And the one that calls himself a prosecutor, the NJC should look into his case and see if he's still qualified to practice law in Nigeria. If you were a fraudster and your business model is built on a lie that has lasted over a century, which is the Biafra lie, then you see someone effortlessly destroying it, dismantling all your plans, everything you suffer to build. Do you think, would your reaction to that person be, oh man, come, let's have a drink, oh, I love you? No. You will respond the same way. They are just angry because I am hitting them where it hurts the most, which is in the pocket. Let them call for their defense funds again, see if anybody will raise money for them. Those that paid are now crying, and because this is centered around money, making wealth, working for the politicians, and I'm there exposing everything. Many people did not even know how they registered the organization, IPO Worldwide Limited. And their leader, when he was arrested, people were trying to make it believe as if Igbos are ubiquitous in the call for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. No, some of us want him hanged. If you don't hang such a person, who then will you be hanging in Nigeria? Look at the carnage he brought in to the southeast. In some of his broadcasts, he even mentioned it, that Somalia will be better than Nigeria. At the end of the day, Somalia is not better than the southeast. We now have cannibals. We now have like cannibals in 2025. Go to produce. There's a place we call Produce Farm at Osu. Go there. Those bones you are seeing without flesh is not because of the forces of nature. No, they ate those people. They are dealing in human organs. You don't know the level of evil these people are perpetrated in the south, and the federal government why they are just leaving these people. You see, the activity cuts across party line, be it APC, PDP, they are all in it together. I'm telling you, and because the country doesn't know this, we see it from the prism of, oh, the opposition is there. In some places, it's even the some members of the ruling party, because it's good for their business. Presidential election is not their business, whether the president wins or not. They just want to focus on their gubernatorial and senatorial seats, even House of Reps. Finish. There is no real way to fight them. And those of us that are trying to force the hands of the federal government, what can we do? There is only a limit to what we can do, except there is that real political will to tackle this. And it shouldn't be politicized. It's about human lives. So I don't care whether they love me passionately or they hate me intensely. It's their business. My job is to say what I know to be true. Say what I know I can prove. If you don't like, it's not just Nnamdi Kanu, it's Ojukwu too. I call him a war criminal. Read the Geneva Convention on War Crime and the Rome Statute. Then check the Biafran archives. You will see children, like everything. He is qualified to be a war criminal. And this is the same person they want us to praise. The same way they want to mold Nnamdi Kanu as another savior. I don't suffer from savior syndrome. No, I don't. And I'm not going to go along with it because others are going along with it. It's impossible. That is the problem. People want to politicize everything. And why are they bringing the party issue? Is it APC that planned this thing? No, put the blame. Why are you blaming people that are on their own? If APC, let's assume I am what they said I am in the APC. They expect the APC Southeast to be the ones to bring it to the fore. And when those people didn't bring it, would anybody in Abuja be there and know what's happening in the Southeast? No. Put the blame on those, and that is the Igbo political class. Those of them that say they are the APC, that are using the APC as a conduit into Asorok. It's not as if they believe in the Mr. President. These are hired mercenaries. They are not knights. A knight will fight with the king to death. But a hired mercenary, if the battle is too much, they can even switch side and murder their king. The king they are fighting for. So this is what these people are. Let's not even try to go to that side. Blame those from the Southeast. Do you know somebody from the Southeast? Somebody in the APC, I won't say whether it's a senator or a House of Reps member, when he was called to jump into this case, he said I should stop talking about IPOB. I should sign it as an agreement. Yeah, I have my evidence. I know the people that went to meet them. So in such a situation, let's say you are someone sitting in Abuja and you expect the people from my own region to tell you the truth, and they are there telling you that I was an IPOB member, which I was not. They brought a video where I went to confront their leaders in Istanbul back in 2020. I went to confront them. 6-minute video, they edited it to 2 minutes. There was no conclusion in the video and nothing of such ever happened. I was never their member. They went and told them this thing. Now you are a leader in a position where you know that these people that call themselves opposition, especially all the so-called major oppositions, they are just looking for where they will create strategy of tension. And they are telling you, somebody from your party is telling you that this person is a human trafficker. As a president, as a party chairman, as anything, would you want to get involved? No. This is the game they played, and at the end of the day, it failed them. I'm happy all the people they told those lies have realized the truth. Now, I don't know the face with which they are going to meet, and they are not telling me to keep quiet. To keep quiet, you want to send me abroad, really? Sir, I never threatened anyone. If you watch those videos, thankfully those videos are on my pages. I didn't say page. Pages. What they will do is that you make a video, an hour or longer video. You mention Ebuka in minute 3. Then, around minute 40, you have all these bingos that are coming. Go to my page and see the insults. Then when you are, while responding to them, they will cut this side, bring this one, join it together. They will join them together and make it as if you are saying something you didn't say. If you calm down, listen to those videos they are circulating, you will see they jumped so many things, and they didn't put me in context, and they know exactly what they are doing. These are the people that tell you they are seeing God. Understand that these are the people that will be doing their eye like this. I'm seeing spirit. Amaka, to God is lifting you. Chimezie. Oh, who is he? How many Igbos are named Chimezie? How many Igbos are named Chinasa? Which one are you talking about in particular? Then the day they will catch you with this one, I say, oh, that is not the one you're talking about. And people will be there year after year listening to this nonsense. Another person will come, carry them from where the other person dropped them. It doesn't make sense. At some point, someone needs to rise up and say, hey, this is enough. We are not fools. They're making mockery of us. Go and see how foreigners are laughing at us online because of a bunch of undone people. People who can't hold an intelligent conversation, and they are not being elevated as people that see God. Then see the type of lies they are telling. I don't claim to see God, but I've never lied that way against someone. I don't claim to have anointing. They that claim to have the power to heal all manner of illnesses and diseases without any power. Paracetamol is stronger than all of them combined together. Let them submit themselves for blood tests. Let's test their blood. See if they don't get medical treatment. They will go tell you that they are going to seek God in Jerusalem. They will go Jordan, climb on the mountain, be rolling. If they like, let them roll indoors to fall off that cliff as they are rolling. There is no power there, and we will continue to say it. All the politicians that are using, of course, they are preparing for 2027. We know, and we are waiting for them. We are waiting for them. We can't let this thing continue anymore. No, when we are talking about revolution, people think the place they are looking at is not where your problem is. It's these people, all these ones, the politicians are in bed with. They call themselves bishops. They call them, you see, at some point we really need to say enough is enough. And when we put a mark there, let that mark be our red line. We shouldn't be playing this game with them. I know I still have some legal hurdles to jump, but I will approach all of them the same way I've been approaching them, with happiness, with a smile on my face. I will keep making mockery of them. I will keep making them sad. This is the face they will never forget in life. And we never settle with them. Whatever they want to bring, they are free to bring it on. I don't give a